Afternoon, guys. Welcome to this week's update. It's the 20th of July. This week, we're just going to have a look at what's happening in the crypto space and just what I'm doing in my equities activity, and particularly with Alibaba and Adobe. Going to have a quick look at what's going on with Bitcoin and what's happening in the market there, and just some other information about the portfolio. So before I do that, could you please like and subscribe to the channel? So without further ado, let's jump into the charts. So what you'll see here is my portfolio performance versus the indexes of the NASDAQ, the Hong Kong Exchange, and also Bitcoin. This large blue line at the top is my performance year to date. We're at currently about 44% year to date. We've had a drop, obviously, in the last 3 months, largely driven by the crypto space. We still have quite a few crypto assets on the books. This is part of my long-term hold strategy. We have shed some of the positions as the prices have dropped in and around the 40K mark, just to take some risk off the books, and also to open the opportunity to adding new equities that have, I suppose, more short to medium term upside if in fact we do go into more of a bear market for crypto, which I don't really think that we're going to. However, I will give you my thoughts on that in 1 minute. So just if we kind of go in and have a look here, this is the Hong Kong Exchange. So we've obviously got Alibaba, we've got Baidu. So this is one important index to keep an eye on. The NASDAQ is just slightly trending below. And then obviously Bitcoin has been going through a 3-month short-term correction, or a 2-month short-term correction at this stage. So my overall goal is to limit the amount of drawdown while maintaining enough exposure to the markets in case we do see a turnaround. Here's a very quick screenshot of the Bitcoin price action on the daily chart. I've just pulled this before this video. So what you're seeing here is basically we have broken the long-term daily candle support zone in and around 31K. So that was our support for so long. And now we've broken down into this area of liquidity down here. 28,500 or thereabouts is basically the support from where our wicks over the daily has reached since the start of this year. So this particular zone here is what I'm looking at in a lot of detail. If we can hold above 28K, we need to see how big the bounce is, but also if we are to fall below there, are we prepared to purchase additional positions once the price settles? So these are the areas that I'm looking at. You can look at the charts in many different ways. This is how I look at it. What I'll be looking for is with this sloping trend line, if we can break above this channel in the next few days, that to me will be the sign of a possible breakout. But again, until there is significant volume, significant investor and institutional demand, and also a reversal in the sentiment of the market, I will be convinced of an overall turnaround. So this is something I'm going to be working on over the next few days and trying to pick some good positions. As I mentioned, I do have 30 to 35% of the portfolio still in cash and still waiting for the right opportunity. But I'm determined not to, shall we say, grab a falling knife. We need to just let the market play out. We have exposure there, so that's going to bring the portfolio down a little bit. But just in case we do have that turnaround, we also have significant exposure there with about 30% of our open positions in crypto at the moment. The plan will be to extend those once the market bottoms out completely or drops below where we are, or at least stays where we are, because then I'll open more positions then. Let's take a look at the allocation of the portfolio right now. We've got about 36% in cash, 63% in active positions. Of these markets, There's about 38.24% in stocks and 18% in crypto and just under 7% in ETFs. When I look into crypto, as you can imagine, Bitcoin is generally my biggest position as it leads the market in many cases. Ethereum then is slightly decoupled from Bitcoin. It still correlates quite closely with its price. Therefore, it's my second largest position. If we look at stocks, Alibaba is now my largest position in stocks. I have an incredible amount of belief in the future of this asset. I've done an extensive piece of content that was pinned on the Alibaba page this week. I'll put a link in the description. Please go and have a read of that if you haven't already. It goes into my full justification of why I see tremendous value and why it's undervalued right now. Then Baidu is my fourth largest piece. Again, it's a Chinese stock with some tremendous upside. I have some work done on this. I've addressed in some of my previous videos. You can see a link above where I've spoken through Alibaba and Baidu in a little bit more detail. I have also added to my Adobe position this week. Again, I've done a piece on this as well. I have done some extensive research into why Adobe is a good choice for me for the coming months, and why there's significant value that has been untapped to date. There's no particular confirmation of whether we are in a bear market or a bull market at this current moment in time. However, I feel that the accumulation stage that we had been at with Bitcoin, between the 40 and 60 or 40 and 70K, that to me is not a blow off top of a bull market. And I do feel that we will test that area again within, I think it could be this year, but we are yet to see if that is the case. There has been tremendous amount of volume of whales accumulating at around the 31K level. Again, we need to see more volume. We need to see the market sentiment shift to be able to really understand, are we coming out of this particular short-term bear formation? But only time will tell. Let's see how we go. So that concludes this week's update, guys. Please like and subscribe my channel. If you find this content valuable, please let me know in the comments if there's anything you want to see more of, any see less of, and we'll see you next week. All the best.